I know what you did last summer. And what did I do last summer? Well, I didn't do what these characters did in this movie. Now, you know, I did review the 1997 film, which is a favorite of mine. Now, I did not see the sequel, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer in theaters. I rented it on video. And I didn't like it. It just became a reminder why I liked the first film, and it just didn't have any appeal to it. And there were other sequels that followed without Jennifer Love Hewitt or Freddie Prinze Jr. They were totally different, and then there was a short-lived TV show. Now, I'm gonna say this. I Know What You Did Last Summer became a franchise when it really should have never been a franchise. It's up there with Highlander, Taken, and The Hangover. And what do I mean by that is that they all should have never became franchises either. And when you make those kind of sequels, like I said, they all become reminders why you like the first film. The sequels pale in comparison. That's my opinion, of course. And how does this I Know What You Did Last Summer... How does this compare to the first film? We'll get to that in a moment. What made me interested in seeing this film is the fact that Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. reprised their roles from the first film. Now, the plot is basically the same. You know, a bunch of teens driving on the highway for 4th of July accidentally cause an accident. They try to save the guy, but it's too late, and they all agree to cover it up, much to some of the others with guilt. And of course, you know, a year later, somebody starts sending them notes. I know what you did last summer, and of course, somebody dressed in a slicker outfit with wielding a very large hook, and the bodies start piling up. How will this all play out? Well, if you're interested, I'll just say you got to see the movie to find out. Now, with the exception of Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt, there is another returning cast member. I won't say who it is. I'll just put it to you this way. They return in a nightmare sequence. That's all I'm going to tell you. Is this film good? Well, it's amusing. It has a few memorable, suspenseful scenes, but in my opinion, it doesn't. Like the other sequel, it's not really as awful as I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. But this film sort of becomes a reminder why I like the first film. There are a lot of callbacks to the original 1987 film, which I can understand, and I don't. Maybe you could have found a way to include Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. without making them become too much part of the film. You could have just included them a little bit and then let the film become its own, but it doesn't quite do that, unfortunately. Now, what do I think about this other cast members? They're pretty good. They're not total carbon copies of the originals, but is the film similar to the first film? Well, in some ways, yeah, it is. But not totally. I gotta say, this film is just amusing. And all that, but it's nothing more than what it is, and I better tell you this, there is an mid-credits thing, sorry. It does leave it open for another sequel. I don't know if I'm gonna see it. I'll keep my fingers crossed. But other than that, you can see this film just for fun nostalgia purposes. So I Know What You Did Last Summer a 7 out of 10. Bye-bye.